Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Valby City Zoo, your favorite Planet Zoo collaboration that is created by me, Zuf, Caesar Creates, and Haribo. And tonight, it's only me once again. I hope you missed me. Last week I promised you that there will be another episode in a week, so that would mean there should be an episode on Friday, and tonight is Monday. I mean, for me it's Sunday because I'm recording this video on Sunday. So yeah, as you can see, I had a little bit of a delay, and I think I should start this video clarifying this thing up. So I actually was on a holiday for 4 days in Wrocław. It's a city in Poland, and I had this little break with my loved one, and as I said, it took me 4 days. It took 4 days out of my week, so I had less time to build, and it appears that the build that you will see tonight on the screen was a little bit more complicated than I initially anticipated, and it's for sure more complicated than the previous two were. So yeah, it took me more time. I had less time in a week, so I hope you can forgive me for this inconvenience and for this absolute content creator mistake, because as one very wise Dutch zoo builder once said, already a week in and he's already messing up his schedule. So yeah, that's me. That's how I roll, basically. So what we are building tonight, tonight or today, I'm sorry, I was calling this day tonight, but maybe it's not a night for you. Maybe it's a random day. It's a midday for you. So today we are building a pheasant coop or chicken coop. It will be a shared coop, obviously for Valby City Zoo, for the petting zoo area. So this little building that measures 2 meters in height, like the wall part, and then additional 2 meters in the roof, will house, half of it will be for Sussex chicken, which is an actual animal in the game, and I will put them once we put this building in Valby City Zoo. And the other part will be for the golden pheasant or something like that, a type of pheasant that is kept in petting zoos. I think I've been to many petting zoos in Poland, and the golden pheasant seems to be the one that is most likely to appear in a petting zoo setting. Obviously there are some other breeds of chicken, but I don't use mods, so we will get neither of them in Planet, like in Valby Zoo, because I won't use mods to just add a golden pheasant to the zoo. We'll just do the Sussex chicken area. We will make sure it's open and it looks like the chickens are out and roaming our petting zoo. And then when it comes to the pheasants, that area will be closed off and it will be like under maintenance or something like that. So you can't see the pheasants, but it is implied that they are there and that Valby City Zoo has a little population of golden pheasant. So half of the video is already out of our way. I mean, half of the video is already done. No, it's not. But as you can see, we have done a lot in the meantime. So we are doing this building in a technique that I promised to tell you more about last week. I called it the Prussian wall last week, and it's not a Prussian wall. I mean, it could be a Prussian wall. It's wattle and daub, something like that. It basically is like a wooden frame, wooden skeleton that is filled with a bunch of hay mixed with soil and clay. So it's very cheap, and that's why it was so popular in so many countries. In Poland, we also had a variation of this technique, which we would call szachulec, ściana szachulcowa. And a Prussian wall is another variation of it, and it originates from Prussia, obviously, as the name suggests. But instead of being filled with clay and soil and all the good stuff mixed, it was filled with bricks. So it was more expensive, and it was harder for a basic laborer to build, because you had to cut the bricks to a perfect shape of those, for example, angled beams that support the horizontal beams that support the roof. And so we are doing the wattle and daub, and we implied that there is clay with hay inside, and then that it was rendered or plastered, if you want, Once again, I will say rendering is a special type of plastering that is done on the exterior. So if you plaster something inside, it's called plastering, and if you plaster something outside, it's called rendering. At least that's what I was told in my architectural school. I had 1 semester of this English for architects kind of stuff. So yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Please trust me. I'm a Polish student. And yes, so I told you about the waddle and dob, and now we are doing a little window. And as you can see, we are doing those fancy hinges. I just felt like doing fancy hinges, and it took me bloody ages to do those hinges. But I must say that I had to buy a specific DLC in order to get those done, because the curvy part, the wavy part that you see on the bottom of the hinge, is actually made out of the bell pieces. And those originate from the Asia Animal Pack, the latest DLC and the last DLC we ever got for Planet Zoo. And I didn't have that pack because I'm not really interested in animal packs, and I found the LED pieces pretty useless for my standard of buildings. Don't get me wrong, I saw many people, many wonderful builders use those LED pieces and say that they are a game changer, but for me they are not. I don't like them. They are too big. I hope they would be a little bit smaller, especially the cube and the sphere. But no, they are like standard Planet Zoo oversized size. So now, as we are doing the little complicated window, which is a pain in my neck. I'm so gentle with words tonight, because I use those limestone plaques, the plaques for dead animals, memorial plaques or something like that. I think it's called memorial plaques. And I had to cover them up, so I couldn't make those very deep 3D windows and then do like the inner wall and imply that there's something in there. No, because I used those plaques, I had to cover it up with something. For now, I use the LED pieces. Don't shout at me. I still don't like them, and I use them for now. But once I put it in Valby, I plan on doing like a little font piece banner to put on the window that the chicken coop is currently under renovation. So make sure to check the insides of it once the renovation is done or something like that. But then I need to write it in Danish, and as you know, maybe if you have followed Valby City Zoo for some time, you remember that the first posters we ever did for Valby City Zoo, like the announcement posters, like a little teaser for the series, had this little text in Dutch, and some of you from Denmark, not Dutch, sorry, Danish, and some of you from Denmark said, wow, this doesn't make any sense, because actually the quote there didn't make any sense. And the other half of you said that it's not grammatically correct because we use like a wrong tense or something like that. So yeah, writing in Dutch, in Danish is kind of hard for me because I'm not from Denmark. So maybe for this little banner part, I will actually hire something from Denmark to translate what I want to have on that banner, and so I can build it properly. So the window is done. We are now doing the doors, and in the meantime, I can talk about a subject that I wanted to talk last week, but I didn't have time. But this video will be more focused on talking to you, because I don't have any more news from my life to share. So Planet Zoo 2, what a hype time it is for us zoo simulation builders and lovers and whatever we are. The game looks awesome, I must say. I was skeptical at first, like 3 months ago. If someone said that Planet Zoo 2 was releasing, I would say that I'm no longer interested in the game. I have no plans of building in Planet Zoo again or in Planet Zoo 2, and that I don't care, I won't return. But yeah, the trailer is so good, all the mechanics. I actually didn't believe Frontier will add aquariums and avian species in the same time, but they did, and that's huge props to them. And then there will be scaling and all the good stuff. I still have some features that I would like to see in the game, as I have some experience with architectural software for 3D modeling, so I know some cool tricks that builders might find useful for Planet Zoo 2. I think they won't be implemented. I'm very skeptical about that, but maybe I will do this little video about features I would like to see in Planet Zoo that would help us builders build more efficiently. But scaling already is such a good thing, and I've also heard that each and every piece in the new game will be flexicolor. So that's also so great, because while building this building and many other buildings that I'm building off screen, I stumble across this little inconvenience that sometimes there is a piece that I like the shape of it, but then I can't recolor it, so it doesn't fit. It's mostly the case with the pieces from the base game, but while looking at the pieces from the Asia Animal Pack, I saw that the little bracket, the LED bracket, the thing that you put the LEDs on, the little tube part with a little smaller tube, I guess, attached to it, it's not flexicolor. Why Frontier? Why would you do that? It's like the newest DLC. We had so much experience with Planet Zoo. You had so much experience with builders. So why not give those pieces to us in a flexicolor option? I don't know, but I'm really glad that that is being changed in Planet Zoo 2. So there are so many news, there are so many content creators covering this topic, so I won't get into detail. I just wanted to say that I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled, and I can't wait till the game releases. And sometimes I just sit down on my couch, look at the trailers, and spot something new in the trailers. Like 2 days ago or something like that, I saw that while watching Leave his video. By the way, he's an awesome creator. Go check out his channel. But I don't think I should tell you that, because there is a higher probability that you are watching Leave than someone on Leave his channel is watching me. So yeah, there's that. But I was watching his video, and he was putting like those little fragments from the gameplay trailer, and there was this elephant with no tusks. So that was a tuskless elephant. And I'm not an elephant specialist. At first I thought that it might be a female, but then I remembered that female elephants also have tusks. And then I researched it, and it appears that there is this trait in elephants that they are tuskless, and that it intensified in the late 20th century, that there were more elephants without tusks, because that would mean a higher survivability rate for them, because poachers wouldn't hunt them. And so yeah, it's a cool addition, I guess, for a zoo game, and that now we are getting the conservation, the wildlife conservation centers, however that is called. Oh, wildlife reserves, yeah. And just like that, talking about Planet Zoo 2, I completely missed what I was doing on the wall. So as I said, we are rendering the buildings, as in plastering their exterior. And I wanted the render to feel like a little shaggy, rough render. So I used the plaster cones from the, I believe that's North Africa pack, that's the North Africa theme. And those cones have such an amazing texture. The only problem I have with them that they are so big that they take all of the interior, but there wouldn't be any interior one way or another, so that's not a big loss for me. But man, they look so good, and it took me some time to get everything done with them and make them look good and actually prevent them from sticking out. But in the end, I think it paid off, because I was able to achieve this little actually plaster effect on the beams, that the beams aren't even. Like the beams themselves are even, but then while you were rendering them, some of the render, or the plaster as you want to call it, if you want to call it like that, stuck to the front of the beam and made it like a little wobbly shape. So yeah, I think it's a nice touch, and I especially like how this building looks once the sun is setting, because yeah, I like the lighting in this game. I know there will be a better lighting in Planet Zoo, which is also a great thing for nocturnal houses and stuff like that. But this building came out pretty good, although I'm not super happy with it. I think there are still some places I will have to to change in order for it to look like I would like it to look. And I must say that the windows were bugging the hell out of me. I don't know, I think the color, the green, I didn't like the green at first, but when I finished building, I actually wanted to change the green to another kind of green or maybe brown, but it didn't work either, so I just stuck with the green. You can comment if you want a different color of the windows, but I think it is what it is. The Danish people like to color their windows and door frames, so I think we should have some color. And boom, just like that, we also have the roof, which also was individually placed. But as this roof was slightly bigger than the two previous ones, I actually copied some parts from here to there. And each and every piece wasn't individually placed on this roof. I'm sorry if I let you down, but yeah, I didn't want to spend 10 days placing this roof. But I think I still managed to make it shaggy and not uniform and unique in each part. And as you can see on the screen right now, we are doing something different from the other roofs. Because I thought that, as I told you in the last video, these eelgrass thatch roofs are very potent to being overgrown by grasses and stuff like that. Weeds, maybe. And I wanted to simulate that and to show that this is a true eco roof, a true green roof. So I planted some plants on it. I used reference materials, and I saw similar roofs with those two gradients of plants. So there are some green plants, then there is some dried or parched grass in places. And I will also recolor some of the thatch pieces brown, so it looks like soil or that it was wet, and I don't know. The reference pictures look like that. And then off camera, I think I will add those ginger pieces that also thatch pieces that simulate some of the mosses and stuff. There will be also green stuff on the roof, so that will be indicated that there are mosses, and there will be also a standard shading that we did in the previous episode. So some of the parts of the roof will be like lighter gray, and some will be darker gray, and some will be nearly white, so that the roof looks like it was parched, like the sun really affected the roof. And yeah, that's the thought process behind it. I think it came out really good, like the roof part, especially that I'm not a big plant guy. I don't know how to do foliage. If you want to see good foliage being done in Planet Zoo, check out Romano Pulacius. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if not, Romano, but he's like the god of Planet Zoo foliage. He did like one of the best landscaping in Planet Zoo. And there's also Mike Sheets, who did great gardens back in the days. If you don't know Mike Sheets, I don't know what you're doing here. He's like the god, the goat. Yeah, an absolute goat. And we are nearing the end of this video. How fast does the time fly by? Like, I'm already speaking for 20 minutes, which is crazy to think about. But my coworker, who happens to watch my videos, so Paulina, if you are watching this, I'm glad you are doing that, told me that last time I finished talking, doing the voiceover 2 minutes before the Speedbuild was actually over, and she didn't watch those 2 minutes. She only watches the parts when I'm talking. So I will stay for as long as I can, but I know the Speedbuild is running out of time right now, and I'm running out of time right now. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope you like the Valby content, and you can comment on the favorite color of the window in the comments right now, and the color of the window you would like to see now. Leave a like, leave a comment, maybe subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned, ring a bell, and I will talk to you in the next episode. Siema, cześć, ello.